There is a bit of a tussle going on in mid. We're going to see if there's anything we can do. The whole team's collapsing behind us onto the Scylla. We're going to rotate behind, see if we can get these Seanyb off of our Scylla. So now there's 3 in mid. I don't expect King Arthur to really rotate out of solo. So I think they're going to just push this. My only goal here is to make sure that Scylla stays alive. We get the pool onto Ymir. We're going to throw the 2 onto him. We're going to go ahead and ult the Scylla. And she comes back to me. I managed to get the kill onto Ymir. Scylla's going to come out, gets the ult onto Seanyb. Janice unfortunately gets the kill onto Scylla. What a do, Scooby-Doo, it's your boy Seanyb Gaming, and today we have a viewer request to play Khepri support. If you are new to the channel, I upload 6 to 7 times a week. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right and what went wrong. So hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If you are a returning viewer, Khepri is by no means my best support, but we're going to see what we got and see what we can do. I feel like I had a pretty good Khepri game here. So let's go ahead and dive into Khepri's kit. Khepri's one, he's going to dash forward and pull enemies towards him. This is going to reduce the enemy's protections, and this protection removal scales as you put points into the 1. Khepri's 2 is going to be a line attack that's going to give damage mitigation to any minions or allies that you hit with it, while also doing damage and applying tick damage to the enemy that gets hit by it. Khepri's 3, he's going to call down a small circle that's going to root the enemy. As you put points into it, this third ability is going to have a longer root duration, and as you put points into the 2, the damage mitigation is going to go up. So Khepri's ultimate, which is kind of the main reason that he is picked, is he has a revive. Khepri has a revive for his ultimate. If you see your teammate about to go down, you can throw your ultimate on them, and if they were to die while you have your ult on them, then they're going to come back to life and respawn on you with a percentage of their health. Khepri's ultimate, whenever it is cast on a teammate, is also going to give them increased movement speed. So even if they do not die, you giving your ult to them is going to increase their movement speed and may allow them to escape the situation. And then Khepri's passive, every 5 seconds he's going to generate a shield for him and his teammates equal to 2% of the total max health. But if he's taking damage, that 5-second timer is going to get increased to 10 seconds. And then the maximum amount of shield you can have is 10%, so 5 shields. So taking a look at the build so far, we just went into Guardian's Blessing, we got a health chalice, and we bought 5 multi-potions. So right there, they were able to bait us to go back to lane. We're going to tag up the wave. So Cthulhu has a channeling ability in his second ability, that giant large circle. If we can actually use our 1 on Cthulhu while he's charging up, we can cancel him out of that ability. So even though we don't do a lot of damage with our basic attacks, we still want to be basic attacking. We get the pull, so we pull Churnos away from our Izanami. Izanami's taking a little bit of damage. We're going to try to stay near her, so I don't think there's a whole lot we can do there. We pop a shell, try to help her out, we get a pull. Unfortunately that was not enough, we're going to have to back it away. The blinking Ymir is kind of hard to counter, especially when you only have a shell. So that was just a little unfortunate. Good gank by their jungler.
On my way.
I feel like we made a pretty solid effort to try to get that Izanami out. However, there's just not a whole lot we could do. So right here, we're going to hold the wave for Izanami.
Your right tower is under attack.
Izanami's going purple, which means it's kind of pointless for me to be holding this wave. So she says she's on her way, so I'm able to hold the wave for her. She comes, and now would be a good time to go get purple, or after this next wave. But if Izanami would have gotten that purple right there, I'd be holding wave for no one. and just losing a lot of health for no reason.
Enemy missing middle.
So now we're going to move in for our purple buff.
Your middle
The
tower
purple buff is
under
going to
attack.
remove the enemy protections while also increasing attack speed. So right now we're going to try to get some damage onto the CERN. We're going to have to fall back. We took a lot of damage there. Cthulhu is still chasing, but we should be able to get out of here. We get feared. He tries to body block us, but we're able to escape. It looks like Izanami is able to get out as well, so I'm going to go ahead and back. We are just short of being able to buy the tier 3 boots. We were thinking about going Stone of Binding first this game, but we are going to settle with boots. We bought 2 multi-pots and we're going to make our way back to lane. Looks like Cthulhu is still in the dual lane, so we're going to want to show up in the dual lane. We might want to make our rotation to mid once we get our boots online. Right now it feels a little early, although I feel like it might be effective to have rotated right there.
Be careful left. Enemy missing.
So if there's 2 people left in dual lane and just your hunter to deal with them, if your hunter can stay alive and just clear all the farm, they will gain a level advantage on the 2 people in lane. We get to pull onto CERN. Cthulhu ults. Nemesis is able to get the pick onto CERN. We're going to pop a shell, just let everyone know, like, hey, stick to him. You got it. So we're going to go ahead and have to back up. Cthulhu is able to escape under tower. I did have my pool and I was willing to dash in there. We see Ymir. We're going to try to help this Nem get away. It looks like she's retreating. So we're just going to go ahead and fall back because we know Ymir is on this side of the jungle. Our purple is up, so we're going to go ahead and head for that.
Be careful left.
So now we've finally hit level 5. We should be able to help out a teammate if they're about to go down. So now I'm going to go ahead and back and make my rotation mid. I've got enough money for my boots, I have my ultimate. So this game I decided to go the Traveler Shoes. Traveler Shoes is going to allow me to leave the fountain a little bit faster each time. It's also going to give me some MP5.
Your left tower is under attack.
So Scylla into Janus. We should be able to potentially put our ultimate onto the Scylla before Janus is able to connect his combo. Janus will use his portal and then his real damaging ability, and if we can apply our ultimate before the real damaging ability comes in, we should be able to help this Scylla out a little bit. Right now, we kind of just hanging out, placing wards, waiting for the Scylla. We don't want to destroy any minions without her, if we can help it. So, Cthulhu is here, so is Janus. We're going to set up that other ward. We're kind of just holding, we're not really looking to start anything right now. Cthulhu's making a rotation left. I go ahead and tell Izanami to back it up. Ymir is here and he looks kind of unaware. We're going to wait for him and then we're going to pull him. Our team gets some good damage off. Scylla's able to ult him and we are able to clean that up. Some good collapse from our team onto that Ymir right there. So these two are a little far up. We're going to go ahead and rotate, see if they stay far up.
Enemy missing left.
It looks like they see us.
On my way.
We're going to get some basics off on the Cthulhu. He's just going to dash away. Looks like this Scylla is routing around the Gold Fury. We're going to kind of just stick to these guys. There is the Khepri ultimate. If we could get this Kukulin, we'd be in a great position. Not Kukulin, the Cernunios. Unfortunately, it looks like the Cernunios is going to be able to get out. That is a lot of damage from Yanis, so we're going to go ahead and back it up. I have no idea how that didn't hit me. I'm going to go ahead and pop a shell. We have less than 50 health. So now it is time for us to back. There is a bit of a team fight going on. We do have our ultimate, but that's probably all we're good for right now. Is ulting our teammate just to keep them alive. So we're going to go ahead and try to tag some of this purple with the Nemesis. If we are able to get some of it, we're going to go ahead and back.
Enemy missing middle.
So Khepri definitely falls under the kind of defensive supporty Guardians. You're not going to be blinking in with Khepri to try to land his abilities. Most people are not going to be. And one of my biggest concerns with Khepri is that it requires a lot of follow-up from your team. So I could have the absolute best game imaginable. So right here, we're not going to do any damage together. Just going to walk some circles around Cthulhu. He kind of realizes it's the same thing. And if we were to do damage to each other, he would win that trade. But what I was saying with Khepri is I could have the best Khepri game in the world, but if I do not have any teammates there to follow me up or to deal the damage, then it kind of doesn't matter how well I play. I'm like a band-aid, but our team's got to take care of some stuff with our help. Can't just be us, and we don't really have the option to carry.
Be careful in the jungle.
So we see the Nemesis is in a little bit of trouble. The Ymir the Ymir ults. We get hit by the Janus ult. We're going to see if we can get the Ymir. We miss our dash.
The enemy.
We take a lot of damage from the Janus.
Your left tower is
We're still hanging out back because we have our ultimate.
I'll attack left lane.
Looks like Janus is still on the Scylla. I throw my ult onto the Scylla so she knows, like, hey, forget about his damage, just kill him. And she's able to get him. So if I did not ult that Scylla right as I was saying it, I ulted the Scylla so she'd have the confidence to go 100% in, and I feel like that was a good play. The Ymir comes up, targets Scylla, and immediately I regret having used my ultimate on the Scylla. I feel like for the information I had, putting it on the Scylla so she could get that kill was probably the correct play. However, I think that it would have been very nice to have that ult when Ymir came for her.
I'm going for jungle buff.
Enemy missing left.
We're going to make our way to red buff because Scylla said she's heading for the jungle buffs. Their Yanis just hit their red, it looks like. We're going to go ahead and back, and we have enough money for the Stone of Binding. So the Stone of Binding, whenever we land a hard CC, we're going to remove 10 protections from the enemy for 5 seconds. So that opens them up to all damage sources. That includes minions and our allies. There's a bit of a tussle going on the left. Still able to get a pick. We're going to rotate in, see if there's anything we can do. There is somebody weak. Our Izanami goes down. We're going to hit this camp with Scylla. Or we're just going to hit this camp. So now that we have our movement speed, a little bit of protection, and a little bit of utility / offense, we're going to want to try to set up our teammates as much as possible. Ymir's in the jungle. This Afro is nearby. We're going to just kind of be annoying, I guess. Not a whole lot we could really do anyway. We're going to get our 2 off onto the Ymir. Trying to target Afro if possible. We get the pull. There is a Yanis ult. We're going to want to back it up here. Yanis hits really hard, so I go ahead and ult the King Arthur. He's going to come back to me. kind of had him in a bad position. There is a Cthulhu ultimate. King Arthur should be able to dash out of there, and it looks like I'm going to be able to get out as well. So now Cthulhu is rotating behind our tower. I don't know if our teammates see it. We're going to try to rotate up there, see if there's anything we can do. We do have our shell in about 5 seconds. This Afro, I think, is the problem that costs us struggles in this game. She's just very tanky, very healy. Near ultimate, we go ahead and eat that. A lot of damage coming from the Janus. We're able to pop our shell, and we're going to go ahead and back it up. We get a med from Scylla. Our ultimate is down. There's not too much we can do, just a little bit of setup for our team. But it looks like the team fights are disengaging, so we're going to go ahead and start working on our Gauntlet of Thebes. Gauntlet of Thebes is this beautiful item that whenever you buy it, you can start stacking it. It's going to give you a lot of health, and you can stack it up to 50 times. Each stack is going to give you a physical and a magical protection, and at 50 stacks that's going to evolve, giving you and your teammates an aura of an additional 10% physical and magical protections. So this item is going to give you about 300 health plus around 60 protections of each for only around 2,350 gold. So it's a very cheap, effective item once you can get it fully stacked. We get the pull onto the Seanyb. We're trying to just get this Itemization out. Ymir shows up out of nowhere and is able to get her. I did have my ultimate, but she was just outside of the range.
Enemies in the left jungle.
There is a bit of a tussle going on in mid. We're going to see if there's anything we can do. The whole team's collapsing behind us onto the Scylla. We're going to rotate behind, see if we can get these Seanyb off of our Scylla. So now there's 3 in mid. I don't expect King Arthur to really rotate out of solo. So I think they're going to just push this. My only goal here is to make sure that Scylla stays alive. We get the pull onto Ymir. We're going to throw the 2 onto him. We're going to go ahead and ult the Scylla. And she comes back to me. I managed to get the kill onto Ymir. Scylla's going to come out, gets the ult onto Seanyb. Janus unfortunately gets the kill onto Scylla.
It's fine.
Izanami almost gets the pick onto Cthulhu. So right here we're just taking tower shots so Izanami can focus on the tower. I'm going to have to step out because each tower shot does a little bit more damage. Looks like we are able to escape. We're going to go ahead and just back. We don't want to hit the red buff without Scylla. We got our Gauntlet of Thebes. For our second relic, we went ahead and got the sprint for our team. This way, we have 2 support relics that we can pop on our team that will hopefully turn the tide of a team fight in our favor, or help us just survive a team fight. If they really throw a ton of CC on me and manage to get me, that's just going to happen. Like, I accept that, not an issue. But we're going to try to do as much for our team as possible.
Attack the Cold Fury.
Cold Fury is open, but they do have a decent amount of people in mid. We're going to rotate in, see if we can't save the Scylla. Janus ults.
Amazing. Enemy
We miss our dash.
Going for jungle buff.
On my way. Ultimate is ready.
So they just hit the Oracle, so now they have vision on the Gold Fury. It's going to be a bad time to try to hit it.
Help middle
Cthulhu ults in, we get the dash onto him, remove a little bit of his protections.
Your middle tower has been destroyed.
Our team is collapsing. We need to figure out the best way to rotate into the fight. We do have our ultimate for anybody that's weak. Scylla was able to get the Cthulhu. We get the 3 off onto the Cernunos. I throw my ultimate onto the Nemesis just because the Anis does so much damage. I don't know if there's any follow-up coming or not. Does not look like the Nemesis needed the ultimate.
Enemy missing left.
The team's collapsing middle. I'm kind of weak, so I'm thinking about just cleaning up a wave before I back, and then backing.
Enemy missing right.
Your allies have failed you.
Well, that kind of sucks.
We're going to clean up these 3 minions, and then we're going to go ahead and back. So right there, we could have bought something, but we don't know what we wanted to buy at the time in the game. Looking at their team, they have an Aphrodite, so we are going to need to get some anti-heal at some point in this game. I think I probably picked the wrong anti-heal, but we'll go ahead and dive into that whenever it comes up. So, even though we have not really gotten the most kills or assists, I feel like we are doing a lot this game as Khepri. We've made some really good plays to help our teammates get out of situations. We've set up once or twice. Cthulhu is nearby, so is our Scylla.
Enemies behind us.
At this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and peel off and try to get some damage off onto this Cthulhu. Here comes the Anassault. We should expect our team to be rotating in. We are pretty weak, but I think Izanami is going to be able to melt the gold. We're going to be a bit of a diversion. We get the pull onto Ymir.
Your right tower is under attack.
We get hit by the Cern ultimate.
Chase the enemy.
Attack left lane.
Ymir gets a quad freeze.
This war turns in your favor.
We throw our ultimate onto the King Arthur, and we needed it, and the Yanis manages to get out, gets attached to the Aphrodite, right around the corner to receive a heal.
Enemy has been slain.
Okay, help, help.
So I think this is a bad fight for a team. They should probably back up. And here I am buying Divine Ruin.
Retreat.
So let's go ahead and kind of dive into the anti-heal and why I bought this one. So when you buy a defensive anti-heal item with an aura like Contagion or Pestilence, the anti-heal that you are providing is only 20% anti-heal compared to the 40% anti-heal from Brawler's Beatstick or Divine Ruin. With Divine Ruin, you have 40% anti-heal. With Contagion and Pestilence, you only have 20% anti-heal. Not only is it a lower anti-heal amount, there's also a chance that they could just be standing outside of the range, and it's also not the most easy to apply. If Aphrodite wants to hang out on the back line, then I need to dive into the back line to try to apply a 20% anti-heal, or I can just use an ability and apply 40% anti-heal. So I thought about trying out Divine Ruin, but then I looked at the team composition and I noticed that they have 4 magical enemies, so we're going to go ahead and go into the Heartward Amulet.
Enemy missing left.
The Heartward Amulet is going to give all of my allies an additional 15 magical protections while giving us some MP5.
Careful right.
So at this point in the time, we see that our team's kind of engaging on the right. We don't really see anyone on the left or mid side of the lane, so we're going to go ahead and start pressuring out this tower. I was taking shots from the tower, but the shots got stronger and stronger, so I decided it was time to back out, get the tower to shoot Izanami, and then start shooting me again. And what this does by resetting the tower aggro is it reduces the damage of the tower shots. So we're gonna go ahead and strip the jungle and then back.
Enemy ultimate down.
So I feel like our build is pretty reasonable. The stone binding, or the stone binding stone, was a test out item. We didn't really know. I've never had a whole lot of success with this item, but I feel like with Khepri I needed to provide some kind of offensive utility. And I feel like Stone and Binding removing 10 protections is about as good as I could hope for in the early game.
Well, that kind of sucks.
Gauntlet of Thebes is an amazing item. Highly recommend it on almost all supports. And then the Heartward Amulet just makes sense based on the game that we are playing. We're going against 4 magic types, so we want to try to help our team get some magic defense. We get a quick pull onto Yanis. We have nobody around to help us though. It looks like he's going to be able to just get away. So we're going to rotate right. There's 3 people attacking this King Arthur. We do not have a tier 1 tower. We come up from behind them. We throw our ultimate down. That's probably a little early for our ultimate. We're going to go ahead and backtrack. We need to unite as a team to try to push them. Right now we're split with them in the middle. No coordination on a collapse from either side, so I think our best bet is to just group. And while we are grouped and backing, their team is getting heals off the Aphrodite. We're going to go ahead and ward the Fire Giant and Bull. We're going to see if we can get any kind of damage or setup onto these people. This Aphrodite is our primary target. We miss our dash and we miss our stun. We're going to tank the tower for our team. We're just going to run in there, sort of charge down Cthulhu. Taking as many shots as possible. The tower goes down. King Arthur is able to peel back. Janus rotates behind us, same with Ymir, and that rotation behind us is going to devastate us. When we fall down, Izanami and Scylla had to back up because 2 people came from behind, leaving me between 4 people. So now we pick up Divine Ruin. 40% anti-heal applied for my abilities just sounded like a better option than 20% anti-heal, and I had to be around them. Maybe that was the wrong call. I thought it was worth trying out. Scylla dashes in super aggressive. If she did not get stunned right there, that would have been a very clutch play. Unfortunately, she did get stunned. Our team is getting just melted. Nem goes down. Now it's just the King Arthur, myself, and Izanami up.
Defend.
So we're going to rotate in jungle. It looks like they're kind of hiding around this corner. This King Arthur is all about tussling them. We get a pull onto Yanis, but with nobody really around. We throw our 2 off, get a little bit of damage off. We're maybe waiting to intercept this Cthulhu. We get stunned at a great time for the enemy. We get the stun onto the Yanis, trying to separate him from the wall. And King Arthur is able to get the pick. So that is a 1-for-1 trade. We still have Nem down from earlier. This Ymir wall allows us to get the pull onto the Aphrodite. However, I feel like we did almost nothing to her. So right here, this might be a too aggressive of a move to be pushing and chasing these people. I think we could get Pyromancer here if our team were to help. So CERN is in mid, Nem's rotating over. We got Pyro. We probably could have just burned Fire Giant right there and tried to contest anyone that was going for it. Like if they were trying to steal it, we probably could have just secured it. We have a Scylla. Seanyb was down. So we might be ulting this Nemesis. That is a Seanyb ultimate down. Cthulhu dash down. There's a Cthulhu ultimate down. We go ahead and ult ourselves. There is a lot of bad on us. Waiting to find the right moment to dash away. We fall under tower, but Yanis is able to come and clean us up. Maybe we should not have turned around anything. That might have been the perfect window that he was looking for. So they are just kind of team fighting better than us at this point in the game. Afro's linking up, they're getting consistent heals, and whenever we engage them, I feel like they always just get one more person on our team than we get on their team, so they're just all around winning these team fights. So right here I'm trying to tell people to target Afro. I hate messaging custom message in Smite. It takes me forever. And I came off aggressive. Target Afro. Sounds too aggressive, but if I use any more words, it takes way longer. Hey guys, if you'd like to win this game, could we please collectively agree to target Aphrodite?
Your middle tower is under attack.
Anyway, we are going to clear these minions in mid. The game is kind of falling out of our hands at this point. We just are not grouping as a team. If we can't take the Afro out, we're not going to win any of these long team fights. Fire Giant is the only objective left on the map because they just recently got gold. King Arthur and myself are not going to be able to solo it. Aphrodite's over here, but it looks like she's backing. She's going to be able to back before we get there. So we make the call to go for fire. We see that Seanyb is rotating in. She should be the damage we need to burn this down. We do have our back to where the enemy would be coming from, and then the Yanis ults us. We're going to have to back it up because we've taken a lot of damage. It looks like they intend to keep it going, so we're going to keep hanging around. The Seanyb is rotating around us. So this fight at the Fire Giant is probably no longer worth it. It is us, and then here comes Cthulhu and Ymir from behind. Great flank, did not see that coming at all. And then they're going to get the Seanyb and just dwindle through our team.
Put your faith in none but yourself.
And unfortunately, I don't think there's much recovering from this. King Arthur might be able to stop them. Nemesis is just now backing. They are definitely going to be getting the right Phoenix, and they might be able to just push in and win. So we do not win this game, but I do feel like I had a very good Khepri game. Khepri is definitely not one of my best characters. He heavily relies on the help of other characters. I feel like this game I did a very good job in supporting my teammates. It was just a little unfortunate that my team, we did not put it together and click to get the win. Well, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and check out some of the other videos. If you ever want to request a god, please reach out to me in the comments or the Discord server. The stats for this game will be posted in just a second. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.